But here again, the sneering detractors who weave such miserable figments from their malicious brains are stricken dumb by evidence. For letters are yet in the possession of various branches of the family from which it distinctly appears, being stated in so many words that one Diggory Chuzzlewit was in the habit of perpetually dining with Humphrey. Duke Humphrey. So constantly was he a guest at the nobleman's table, indeed, and so unceasingly were his grace's hospitality and companionship forced, as it were, upon him, that we find him uneasy and full of constraint and reluctance, writing his friends to the effect that if they fail to do so and so by bearer, he will have no choice but to dine again with Duke Humphrey, and expressing himself in a very marked and extraordinary manner as one surfeited of high life and gracious company. It has been rumored, and it is needless to say, the rumor originated in the same base quarters, that a certain male Chuzzlewit, whose birth must be admitted to be involved in some obscurity, was of very mean and low descent. How stands the proof? When the son of that individual, to whom the secret of his father's birth was supposed to have been communicated by his father in his lifetime, lay upon his deathbed, this question was put to him in a distinct, solemn, and formal way: Toby Chuzzlewit, who was your grandfather? To which he, with his last breath, no less distinctly, solemnly, and formally replied, and his words were taken down at the time and signed by 6 witnesses, each with his name and address in full. The Lord knows who. It may be said, it has been said, for human wickedness has no limits, that there is no Lord of that name, and that among the titles which have become extinct, none at all resembling this, in sound even, is to be discovered. But what is the irresistible inference? Rejecting a theory broached by some well-meaning but mistaken persons, that this Mr. Toby Chuzzlewit's grandfather, to judge from his name, must surely have been a Mandarin, which is wholly insupportable, for there is no pretense of his grandmother ever having been out of this country, or of any Mandarin having been in it with some years of his father's birth, except those in the tea shops, which cannot for a moment be regarded or having any bearing on the question, one way or other. Rejecting this hypothesis, is it not manifest that Mr. Toby Chuzzlewit had either received the name imperfectly from his father, or that he had forgotten it, or that he had mispronounced it?